folks, welcome to Girl Talk. We are always excited about our show.
Of course.
Joined by Lauren and Janet here today. Elise, we are missing you. We are short Elise today.
Hope you feel better, Elise.
Feel better.
She's always with us in spirit. Hopefully you're watching. But we have a great show.
We sure do.
I'm so excited because we are going to be chatting with the folks. We caught up with them a little bit earlier, the folks over at Bella Domicile. I'm sure if you've seen episodes, we often film in their fantastic showroom. And get all kinds of great design tips and ideas from them.
But today,
we're going to talk about something different.
Yeah.
Design for a Difference is a really cool program that helps a charity in the area. And Center for Families is just an outstanding charity that the folks at Bella Domicile and Floor 360 are teaming up to
here in Madison,
to do some wonderful design work for them.
They give them a makeover.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
These are spaces that people are using, mothers in need, children at risk, and they need a place to go. And so they're going to make over these spaces with kitchens and bedrooms. And
it's a really important charity because what Janet said is it helps children and mothers in need, but oftentimes children actually spend the night in this facility. And they have a nice facility, so it's certainly not something that is glaringly in obvious need of a makeover. But when you think about it, these kids are sort of displaced for the night, and so to have something a little bit warmer, a little bit more welcoming.
So they go in, they make it comfortable, make it somewhere the kids look forward to going to, and I think that's so important. Yeah, exactly.
So a great topic, and we'll chat with the folks. We actually caught up with them a little bit earlier about a Design for a Difference, and we'll fill you in if you don't know more about that. So I'm excited.
Very cool.
For that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that program.
I do too. We're also going to be talking to the Diet Doc of Madison, one of our favorites.
Tori Penn.
Tori Penn.
He's just wonderful when it comes to fitness, when it comes to diet. We all need a little help now and then, and he's just the best. So I love getting tips from him. My favorite thing about him is that he keeps it basic. He keeps it simple instead of making it complicated and you can't have this and you can't have that and you have to do this and you have to do that. Yeah. He's really good at taking the individual, getting to know you and your lifestyle, and then coming up with a plan that makes sense for you.
Yeah, and that's what's so important, because I think with anything, diet or fitness, it needs to be sustainable. You need to be able to do it day in, day out. It needs to be easy and workable for your life. So I love that.
I actually read about a guy that couldn't stick with a diet, so he decided to do a different diet every 5 days. So he did, I wrote this down, he did 10 different diets in 50 days and he lost 30 pounds.
10 diets in 50 days. Doesn't that sound like typical American
Absolutely.
thing to do?
Except he was from the UK.
Oh, look at that. But he actually lost weight doing that.
He did.
I would say that's probably not typical. But
it kept him interested, I think.
Shocked the body.
Changed the body up, absolutely.
Yeah, but what it doesn't tell you is, did he maintain that weight loss?
Right. Yeah, it could have been the French fry diet for all we know.
Right. Years ago, I watched an Oprah episode where a man, don't try this at home, how he lost weight. He was an obese man, and how he lost weight was only eating one meal a day, and it was McDonald's.
Oh.
So lost weight, but his health, of course.
Well, exactly, and that's another important topic, is weight is not always correlated with your health, and I think that's a big thing to keep in mind too.
That's a really good point. So we just spun out of control on that.
We love it. We could talk all day about that, I'm sure.
So we'll chat with the Diet Doc of Madison. And our favorite geeks are in town, Madison Geeks. We're going to be talking with them about some important things for your computer. And they've got some free software tips for us.
And they've got a new geek in town too. I know she's going to be joining us today. We're excited about that.
Yeah, they'll help folks at home, they'll help businesses.
And businesses getting into social media is a huge topic. We're going to pick their brains a little bit about social media, because small businesses out there, I'm sure you need to get into social media. How? Where do you start? Not everyone is social media savvy. I'm not the best. I do Facebook and that's it, but there's a lot more I could learn. So we'll talk to them. We got a great show on Girl Talk.
Looking forward
Lauren and
to
Janet
it.
and I will be here, and it's all going to be right here on Girl Talk, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We have got Tori Penn, the Diet Doc, here. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it as always.
Gonna answer all of our workout questions and health and fitness. So I've got a question. Is there a perfect rep range for when I'm lifting?
Right. There's actually no ideal, like you only want to hit in this set in certain rep ranges. There's basically 3 rep ranges that you always want to try to hit. 1 through 5 rep ranges where it's a real struggle to even just get 5. That's where you're going to build the strength that you're going to need. Then you have your next rep range is 6 to 12. That's where you're going to build your muscle phase. And then anything reps higher than that is going to be like the endurance. So that's going to give you that extra cardio sort of, if you as will, to sort of get through your sets 1 through 5 or your sets 6 through 8. So ideally, you always want to sort of, it's easier, better to start off with, start off with a strength exercise first, an exercise for 1 to 5 reps, then move to a couple exercises for 6 to 12 rep range, and then finish off with the higher rep ranges to sort of complete your workout. So you hit a broad spectrum of all the different categories.
Does it depend on like how heavy or how much you're lifting?
Basically like your compound exercises, so exercises that you're going to do for your legs, your chest, your back, your shoulders, those are always really good ones that you want to use a lot of the strength with. So the 1 through 5, the 6 to 8, your arms, side shoulders, the back shoulders, those kinds it's better to hit in a higher rep range. They don't need that 1 through 5 as much. It's a little easier on the joints, but you're still going to get the good effects from that higher rep range.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So I personally need to start doing a lot more cardio than I currently do. But what type of cardio would you say is the best?
There, again, you see some that say, high intensity interval sprinting is just the best and that's all you need. And then you see others that say, you just need low intensity walking is the best. And there isn't a perfect one. They each have their pros and have their cons. So in an ideal thing, it's sort of have a good mixture. So again, the high intensity stuff, if you're really going all out, 2 to 3 times a week is pretty much all that you really should be able to do that, handle that for your central nervous system and recovery. So again, throwing in a session of that a week or so, and then having another session or two of, a nice walk or a nice bike ride or elliptical or something else where you keep your heart rate a little lower, but you go for a longer duration, 45, 60 minutes or so, where your high intensity is, a short burst, 10 to 15 seconds, rest for 40 seconds, a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, however long it takes you to full recover, and then do that again for 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and then you're done. So it's a lot shorter, effective 15-minute workout tops, and you're still getting a lot of great benefit from it, but the low intensity also has a great benefit too. So you don't want to just stick to only low intensity or stick to high intensity, you want to have a mixture of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a balance. Is everything in moderation or everything in balance?
Balance is key in everything. There is not one true way of doing every single thing. If there was, we'd all be doing it. So again, it's find what's important. If somebody really loves low intensity walking, they're getting your results from it, great. If somebody really likes that higher intensity stuff and they get that 2 or 3 times a week and they'd much rather do that and they're limited more on time, then that's another great, idea too.
I think the best one is just the one that you're actually going to do.
Exactly. enjoy it first. I mean, again, if you like kickboxing, if that really gets your heart and you love it, then do it. Don't do something that you dread doing because you're going to wind up hating it and it's just going to become more of a nuisance than anything.
This high intensity thing today.
Exactly.
Go for a walk.
Exactly.
So can you just do cardio? Is that okay?
A lot of times more with like the female population, we think, oh, I just want to get cardio and that's how I want to get in shape. Well, the only problem with cardio is that you have to build muscle, and you can't build muscle. And the problem with women that think that building muscle is that they're going to get big and they're going to get bulky.
Right.
And the problem is that you're not going to get that. What you're going to do is replace, let's say, the flabby arms. All you're going to do is you're going to sculpt. You're going to turn that fat into muscle. You're going to stay the same size, and then you're going to lean up. You're going to sculpt that muscle. And the degree that you sculpt it is going to be more on your nutrition and cardio. So if you don't want veins coming out and all this, then you don't go to an extreme level of cardio and extreme level of nutrition. You just sort of say, hey, this is where I'm good at. But you need that heavy resistance training to build that muscle, especially for women, for bone density, osteoporosis as we get older and things like this. So you need that high resistance training.
Absolutely makes sense.
So how important, we've only got a little bit of time left, but how important is nutrition if you're working out and killing it?
Nutrition is obviously always going to be key. Your first thing is resistance training. Then you have your nutrition, and then you supplement with your cardio. So again, you necessarily can't outwork a bad diet or a cardio. You can't say, oh, I want to eat pizza every single night, so I'm going to do a ton of cardio. It can only go so far.
Right.
So again, your nutrition still has to be key. But if you want to indulge a little extra one night, sure, a little additional cardio is not gonna hurt.
Just help.
Exactly.
Again, moderation and rounding it all out.
Exactly.
It all works together.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, thank you. You've answered some really important questions for us today.
I appreciate it.
So thank you so much, Tori. Come right back. We're gonna have more Girl Talk at the Buckingham Inn Bed and Breakfast, remodeled by Bella Domisal. Don't miss it. Come back.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. Well, our next guests are passionate about computer technology, but not just that, they are passionate about your computer technology. With us we have today two geeks from Madison Geeks on Odana Road. We have the master geek, Kalal Cunningham, and brought along another geek too. This is Sai. She's the marketing and design geek over there. Is that right?
That's correct.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
So, you've been working on some changes over on Odana Road at your place.
Right.
Give us a little sneak peek of what's going on.
So we're doing a lot. We're expanding drastically, and some of what we're bringing on board right now is enhanced business solutions for our commercial clients. We've also been, expanding our actual talent base, the types of employees that we're bringing on, partners that we're bringing on, to kind of help us with the services that we're providing to our commercial clients as well. And then lastly, we are promoting open source software. And we've talked briefly in different segments about LibreOffice being kind of the free version of what Microsoft Office would be. So open source software, not only free, but it's designed and created by community. It's also other companies are contributing to code, and they're just bringing this software together to make it more robust than some of the professional softwares that are out there. They do make money, as well. It's not free. They go off of donations, and there's again a lot of companies that are contributing because they want to get parts of that free software for their own proprietary software at some point as well. So, promoting that and bringing that to our users, commercial-based or our residential users, has been something that we've been promoting as well.
Wow, you have been busy.
Yeah, no kidding. So it's open source software. Right. So break it down for me, the average computer user, and what does that mean for me as I'm using my computer if I have this?
So we're mostly used to licensing fees. So we get, we have to buy a license of Microsoft Office or buy a license of Adobe Photoshop. And there's these open source programs. One's called GIMP, for example, which is kind of a Photoshop alternative. And then of course we talked about LibreOffice as an alternative of Office. There's tons of these out there. And then there's also operating systems. So we're used to, Apple OS, for our Macs. We're used to Microsoft Windows for our Windows computer. But there's also a Linux as well out there, which some of us are starting to hear a little bit more about. And that's open source. It's free to download, it's free to use. And it's actually brought on by a huge community of people to make that happen for you as well.
I kind of like that idea of the community because you're getting ideas and support, or I don't know, it's contributing from everybody.
It's everybody. It's a contribution.
So
Yep. So it's actually, the software is designed more almost for how you would want it to be at the end of the day, because you have more of a say-so in what goes into the software.
That's so interesting and so nice to have that sort of free option, because it does get expensive. So to have a new option out there, I think is really nice for the general computer user.
Right.
Yeah.
Earlier, before cameras were rolling, we were saying that you have worked with businesses, but now you're enhancing that. You have a new service. Is that right?
Right. So part of that enhancement is bringing on a talent base, and we have our kind of marketing and design geek here, Cyborg Laurie, and I'll have her answer the question about some of those enhancements that we're going through as well.
Sure. Okay.
So Madison Geeks has always done a really good job of serving its business customers, and as time has gone on, they've asked about a lot of other things such as web design and what about social media. And so these are other wonderful geeky areas that we would really like to be able to service for our customers. And so as Kalal brings on more folk, we're able to offer a lot more services at a very high professional level. And so among those expanded services will be strategic web design. So basically that means a website that actually does something for you rather than just being pretty. Another big question that we have a lot is social media. Do I really have to do that as a small business owner? And so we kind of take that bewilderment and help them to feel empowered on how to address that necessity.
That's a huge question though right now, social media. And there's businesses that they know they need to get into it, but they don't really know how to do that. So talk to those folks really quick about that. Do they need to get into social media? How important is it for a business?
If you're a small local business, yes, you have to be involved in social media. And the importance of it is very far-reaching, and the impact that it can have on a business who learns to do it properly can be very substantial. And what's great about social media is it's something that doesn't have to cost a lot. It's basically teach your folk how to do it, and then move forward.
So you guys now are being able to help folks with that. So
Yes.
Madison Geeks, people have this question though, that's a really important thing to address. People have the question of how do I get involved in social media? Small businesses that just don't know where to start, you can call Madison Geeks and you'll help. That's awesome.
right.
Gone are the days of the yellow pages.
Yeah.
Well, we are out of time. Thank you so much for coming in. We maybe have to pick this up next time
Of course.
as well.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more Girl Talk. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here at Bella Domicile in their showroom and here on Nesbitt Road. And with us, you have seen this woman before. This is Dondi Zambak-Waldy. She's one of their lead designers. But we also have a special guest with us as well. This is Bob Toby, and he's from Floor 360, which is on Verona Road. Now, these two have teamed up to get involved in a charitable event that actually started as just a national contest and has turned into a movement across the country to help charities. You're going to want to listen in on this. Welcome and thank you for telling us about this project, which is called Design for a Difference. Bob, tell us about the project.
Well, like you said, it started out as a national contest by a group called the International Design Guild, of which Floor 360 is a member. And people that didn't win the contest still wanted to do these makeovers for charities. And so we turned into a national movement, and right now we have over 20 locations around the country that are doing these design makeovers for a charity to make their spaces better.
That's amazing. I could see how someone would submit their charitable organization in hopes that they'd win and then still want to help them out even if they didn't win back when it was just one winner.
Correct.
Now you have lots of winners.
Yes.
Yeah. Dante, clearly there are obvious reasons, but can you tell us how and why Bella Domicile decided to get involved? Sure. I mean, part of our culture is giving back to the community, but I have to say the reason we got started was last year, Floor 360 had an event to kick off at their showroom, and Mark Burnitz was there and talking about how we could get involved with the community and kind of pool the resources of a lot of different groups to kind of get things going. So I think it's not just us either. There's a whole team of people that have come together to make things work in Madison.
Yeah, I was looking at the website for this event and looking at all the different people that are contributing their time, their efforts, their expertise. So we're talking about the Madison area. Who's the charitable organization that's going to be benefiting from this?
Well, we sent out the process, we sent out applications and information packets to local community-based organizations, and we, after reading many heartfelt, great applications, one stood out with the Center for Families, and they have an area there called the Respite Center that helps children in crisis. It's actually a family center, but when families run into problems and the children need to be removed from the home for any variety of reasons, they have a place to come where it's comforting and they're taken care of and their parents know that the children are okay. So it's a great center with really good people, and please get on their website and learn more, both on the Design for a Difference website, there's some good videos, and on the Floor 360 website about the Center for Families.
Just hearing you talk about it actually is giving me goosebumps.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But what's really been exciting is it's not about Floor 360 or Bella Domicile. We really created a great team of people. I think we have over 15 interior designers or interior-based companies, and they've all, during the day, they might compete for business, but in this event, they're all just working together. We have Bella Domicile, we have California Closets, we have Dibdall's design group, and everyone is working together to make this space the best it can be for those children in need and for the staff that works there. It's really
absolutely
impressive.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely
very
fantastic. Well, Bob, can you give us a little sneak peek? Tell us what's going on thus far, what's been happening with the makeover?
Well, yeah, it's all pre-stuff. The actual makeover is going to happen the first week of October. But we've had many meetings between our teams. We have a master plan for the whole space. And there's just a lot of very neat stuff. We want to keep it kind of secret for the big unveiling party.
Understandable.
But if people know the work that Bella Domicile does, I think one of the highlights will be the brand new kitchen that they're going to be providing.
Oh no, I can imagine what that's going to be like. Pretty incredible.
So Donde, I've seen lots of your handiwork in the kitchens. What's the participation that Bella's been offering to this event?
Well, we're just part of a team, and different teams have been split up to work on different areas. We're doing the kitchen makeover. We've had an opportunity to meet with the folks that use the kitchen at the Respite Center to get their input, and then we've put together a few surprises for them. So basically, we're responsible for space planning the kitchen, getting the materials, and the installation
Now, I know
accomplished.
you're not supposed to give too much away, but if we wanted to see some of these surprises, or maybe just the before and after, because makeovers are so fun, and this one's very special. Is there a way we can see that?
Well, not quite yet. Mark Brunette's, the Hollywood designer, is going to be bringing in a Hollywood film crew and kind of doing a whole big reveal video.
Wow.
That will be, up at the end of the reveal. So right now, you can follow things by going to the website, which is for Design for a Difference, and following it there. I do want to say, I want a little shout out for Angela at Floor 360, who's really putting the work in behind the scenes to get this done. And we have great participation from the designers, and we have all the plans and everything together, but we still need help. We need donations. We're going out to the community and getting a lot of the big things, the cabinets, a lot of the things that companies are contributing, but there's still a lot of things we need to purchase for the space. So on the website, there's a button there for donations. So if you could please hit that, it all goes through CrowdRise. All the money goes directly into Center for Families and is dispersed from there for the needs for this project. So please help.
And it's local.
Great.
It's staying right here in Madison. Well, this is just a fantastic project, and it's so exciting to learn about it. And thank you for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you.
Design for a Difference. Be sure to check out their website, see what they're up to, see if you can help out too. Thanks both of you for coming in today, and thanks to all of our guests today on Girl Talk, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the CW57.